Okay, so here's how my nails are looking. I just soaked them off so they're a little dry. So just ignore that. I was gonna do prep, but because they looked so dry and crazy, I just didn't bother filming prep. The monomer I'm gonna use today is my Glitter Bells Hammer Free, and the brush I'm gonna use is either the 10 or the 12, I'm not sure. I'll decide while I'm working, but first, here are some colors I pulled out. Annabel, Eyes on Me, Forbidden Forest, Pluto, Angelfish, Treehouse, and Mermaid Crush. So I'm probably not going to use all of these, but I did want to do a little smear on this paper towel here and see which ones I feel like doing in this set. Okay, so I definitely am going to do Forbidden Forest, which is this beautiful kind of like green, so beautiful, with Angelfish. But I just need to figure out what kind of glitter I want to do with it and stuff like that. And we're definitely going to do crystals and stuff like that. Okay, so definitely those two. I want to see what Mermaid Crush looks like with that. Okay, yes, for sure, Mermaid Crush. And I was thinking Pluto, but I might also see what Annabelle would look like with it. I like Pluto because of the tiny stars that are in this. So that's Pluto. That's Annabelle. Oh shoot, I like both. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do both. And then I was kind of wondering, should I do a gold? Ooh, that's pretty. Gold with it? Ooh, yeah. Shoot, now I'm liking everything. And then there's Treehouse, which I probably won't use because it's getting a little excessive. No, let's not use Treehouse. Okay. I'm gonna also do some beige in there. So this is called Sugared Almond. So I might do like a full nail with crystals that match, or like smile line. I haven't decided yet. Remember, I'm just picking colors right now. I haven't even decided what design I want to do. Okay, but these are the colors we're definitely going to do. So, I'm going to add some tips. I'll show you guys which tips I'm going to use, and then we'll get started. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the extreme length tips. Right now, these are my favorite. I definitely want to do a set using the cube tips, but I haven't done it yet. So first I'm gonna do some pretty sets. I'm trying to film ahead. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, this is my Instagram. It is Sarah's Nail Secrets, same name. And I share some stuff in my story sometimes and on my page that are different than on here. And yeah, I was saying that I've been pre-filming a bunch of stuff so that when baby comes, I can take some time off. So of YouTube. So pre-filming and then slowly editing all the videos, and then I should be able to take a few months or a month. Well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to try to film as much as I can so I can take that time off without having to worry about my YouTube channel. And yes, I know I'm going to spend as much time with new baby as possible, but because everyone's like, don't worry about us. And it's like, I know, but my channel is part of my job, so I do have to plan ahead. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm just gluing these on now at the free edge, trying to make sure they're straight and that they go all the way to your sidewalls. When you're tipping the nail, you don't want the tip to be too small. For example, this would be too small, and then you're missing a tiny bit on that side. So it's better to use something too big and then file it. But this one's almost perfect, except it's a little too big, so I will file it. So that's kind of what you want to do with tips. Okay, before moving on, I'm going to dehydrate the nail using the Glitter Bells dehydrator. and then acid-free primer. Okay, so I've mentioned this a few times. I like to apply my glass slippers, clear, on my nails and tips before shaping them because I don't like the way it feels to try to shape nails this long without a little bit of structure. So I actually don't even apply very much, just a bit, just overlapping, which will help me with that uncomfortable feeling that I don't like. And then I can shape these even more stiletto and pointy. And I don't go all the way to the cuticle area because I'm not planning to fill these. But if I was doing this on a client, I would put the clear all the way to the cuticle area so that when my client comes back, they have a clear base, and it's just easier to do fills that way. But I don't need that for myself. See? And then I'm gonna let that dry, and then we'll shape these. Okay, I'm gonna shape these. I already shaped my pinky. I find that really hard to shape on camera. It's like awkward to like hold your pinky. But anyways, so I'm just gonna take my file. Oh, I'm using the metal file board, 180 on one side, 150 on the other. These are glitter bells, and I scored the edge. Make sure you always score your edges. And then I'm just going underneath and filing. You don't want to file into this area. Please ignore my bad hand. I have them half off. I just haven't fully removed them because I don't want to bite them. So I just have them all ugly. Okay, yeah, so I'm just filing these into a point, trying to make sure it's even. If it's not completely even, that's okay, because we're gonna apply and file, and you can always fix that with your product. I probably think you guys want to see some sculpting videos soon, and I will. I just find tips so easy for me to do on myself, and since I'm pregnant, it's not the most comfortable sitting for this long. But maybe I'll do a sculpting video soon for you. We'll see. Guess keep checking my channel. Okay, and now they're all shaped and we can work on our design. So we're first going to go in with the sugared almond. This is the old Glitter Bells packaging. I'm gonna grab a new one when I do a cover pink swatch video for you guys, but I'm just gonna use this for now. The new packaging looks like this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a full beige nail on my thumb. So I'm gonna put the sugared almond on the tip and fade this down. I don't know why I want a cover pink thumb. Maybe I'll add some glitter and crystals on it. Doesn't need to be perfect because I'm just gonna build this up. I'm just doing a thin coat for now. Okay, so when I do my cuticle area, I bend the finger down. I place the bead near the cuticle area. Clean off my brush to make sure it's flat and pointy. And then I maneuver this close. I'm using a soft touch. Don't overlap the skin. Don't wipe the skin with monomer. Just get close to the skin. And if you bend your finger down, it just helps the product not seep into the sidewalls or the cuticle area. And then we can drag this down. Okay. And now we have a good cuticle line. If you're missing anything, you can just grab more product and apply just a little bit. Clean off your brush. I always clean off my brush after I apply a bead. And then I get close with the product. And fade that down. And then I'm going to do that over here as well. And we are going to file this, so if you make it chunky or anything you don't love, You don't really have to worry because we're gonna file it. I think I am gonna do like some glitter fading here and then crystals. So I'm just gonna leave that as is, except right here. I'm gonna apply a little bit more because you can see the line of the tip and we don't want that there. I mean, you can cover that with crystals if you want, but I'm just going to fix it now. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that. I think I wanna do like a V-cut smile line. Maybe on my ring finger here. So I'm gonna place this product down. And then, so normally you would do like your smile line, but instead I'm gonna make it into a V. So I'm just putting the product down. I did that a little wet. This doesn't need to be perfect at the cuticle area. I'm not working on the cuticle yet. Right now I just want to work on the cover pink and make my V. I'm wiping off my brush often. We can always build this up so it doesn't need to be like thick yet or anything. And then I'm gonna actually use, when it's dry, I'm gonna use my file, my hand file, to refine the V even more. So basically I'm just placing this down and getting a general shape of what I want before refining it. So it doesn't need to be perfect or anything. Just get your shape, and then we will refine it. Okay, now I'm gonna add a little bit of the product at the cuticle area here. Again, bending finger down so product doesn't seep into the side walls or the cuticles. Just getting close without overlapping. Bending my finger down while I clean off my brush. And then I'm just going to pull that and blend it in. Doesn't need to be perfect. I know I say that a lot, but seriously, it really doesn't. I did overlap right here, so I'm gonna really clean off my brush so it's dry. And then just swipe right there. You don't wanna wipe the skin, just almost like you're cutting it out. Okay, and then I'm gonna build this up so that when I file, I can create a really good ledge. I will let that dry and then we'll come back to that. While the V-nail is drying, we're gonna go in with these three on my thumb. And yeah, see, so you wait for one thing to dry and you move on to the next nails. So I'm gonna do the eyes on me, which is so pretty, right here. Just a little thin wash of that. We don't want too much of the gold. The gold is just a little bit of an accent color. I'm just brushing that up so I can fade that nicely into the other colors. I think I'm gonna just double dip into Annabel and into Pluto, and then go along that line there. I'm just dabbing. Now I'm dabbing off my brush onto my paper towel, and then I'm just slowly pushing the littler sparkles up the nail with that dabbing motion, and then pulling the bigger glitters down the nail. Over top of the eyes on me. Okay, so I want to go into Pluto and pick up some of these stars because why not? The stars are so cute. And then just place them in the nail. I'm just adding more product where it's kind of missing. There we go. So pretty. Okay, I think I'm gonna file this. And you want to try to file it as straight as you can with your metal file board. Or you could just use any file. Just make sure you're not like pulling like that, just straight. So then you'll get that deep, straight line. Okay, I'm gonna go over this whole nail as well to even it out now. Careful around your cuticle area, but we scored the file, so you should be good. Okay, so that's how it looks so far. And then we're gonna go in with some of these colors. I'm wondering, should I do another V? No, I don't know. Maybe. Just gonna think a sec. Okay, let's go in with the Forbidden Forest. You can overlap if you want, because we're gonna file. I don't really like to be honest. I just like to kind of try not to do that. And try to evenly put it on. This is a beautiful color. Just so rich. I'm trying to fade some of this off the tip. I don't want the tip to be too thick, so we are going to add more to this now. So I'm just going in. Cleaning up my line. I'm going to add more of this. And then carve in. So that's how that looks. I'm gonna use Mermaid Crush and Eyes on Me. Kind of mix them together for the tip. I'm just gonna fade that up here. And then I'm gonna try to get the flakes from that. They're kind of floating on the top, and put them right here. I'm just doing light, gentle dabs, moving things around gently, just so you don't pull anything off. That's really pretty. Okay, so for the middle finger, I want to do this like really sparkly. No. I want to ombre this one. So I'm going to go in with Forbidden Forest at the tip. So we're just going to place that down, wipe off my brush, and kind of pat and pull the product down the tip. Doesn't need to be perfect. We're going to build that up for a sec. But what you really want to make sure is that you get this faded. You don't want any harsh line because we're going to do ombre with this. Okay, I want to use angelfish now. I'm gonna put that along the line, and we're going to fade this into Forbidden Forest. So I put it along the line and then I pull it really quickly down into Forbidden Forest. I'm just gonna leave that for now and work at the cuticle area with this. Remember to bend your finger when applying near the cuticle area so the product doesn't seep. I always try to get my cuticle line done first, and then I pat and pull the product. So if you don't get all of it, you can always grab more. I'm just fading that down. I need more on this side. Okay, so once that's down, now we can try to blend this better. I'm gonna add a little bit more of Forbidden Forest, blend that down, wipe off my brush, lightly pull and blend up. Going in with angel fish or dust, I don't know what this is called actually. Angelfish. And fading down, I accidentally got glitter though, we don't really want that. Stupid glitter. I can just cover that up with more product. Shoot, there's glitter. Again. Because there's glitter in my monomer dish. So I'm kind of just placing and patting. Struggling to cover up that glitter, which is making me wonder if I should just do glitter on this nail. I don't really want to. I'm just gonna leave that for now and think about it because I was gonna add crystals in the center anyway, so I don't know if you'll even see the glitter, but I'll think about it. And I'll change my monomer before encapsulating. Okay, for this nail I'm gonna add angelfish at the tip. And then these nails are going to be really glittery. These two. But on this one I'm going to make it darker on the tip. with the Forbidden Forest. I'm gonna go in with Mermaid Crush at the cuticle area on this nail. Again, bending finger down so you can get nice and close. And then I'm just fading this down the nail because I want this nail super, super glittery. Okay, Annabel mixed with Pluto next. I love that big star. On this nail, I'm just gonna add the Eyes on Me at the cuticle area because I want a little bit more of the gold. There's not a lot of gold in this set, but I do like the gold. It's very pretty. I'm gonna fade that down. And then add more because that was not enough. And then I'm also going in with Mermaid Crush along the line, fading that into Eyes on Me, and then also fading this all the way down. And to fade, you can just dab and push, but wipe off your brush so it's not too wet. Dab and push. I'm going in with Pluto and Annabel on this nail as well. We like the stars, we want more stars. And that's where we're at so far. Trying to decide, like, this one's plain, but it's supposed to be maybe, I don't know. Should I add to it? I gotta think, one sec. Okay, I'm gonna do crystals going along here, like a lot of them, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. So this is what it looks like before encapsulating. And we will encapsulate these nails, pinch them, file them, crystals, and we're good to go. Okay, so we're gonna encapsulate these. Let's start with my thumb. So I'm gonna pick up some of the glass slippers, draining my bead so it's not like droopy or wet, just like that. Placing it on the nail, cleaning off my brush, and then I'm just going to pat and pull this down the tip. Whenever I'm doing stiletto nails, I always apply more product at the very, very tip, just because a lot of times I'll miss not adding enough right here. So I'll do that in a sec, but right now I'm just going to encapsulate around the cuticle area. So I picked up a bead, not too wet, not too dry, dabbed it a bit, placing it away from the cuticle area, bending the thumb down, pushing this close to the cuticle area, letting the product run down instead of into the cuticle area, and then fading this into my first bead. So we also need to build an apex and make sure that our tip has full coverage. So you can see that's flat. I need more product here, more product here. Okay, I'm picking up more product for my apex. Just place that down, clean off my brush, and I'm gonna build it up. And if it's like not perfect, a little lumpy, doesn't really matter because we're gonna finish file this. And then I'm adding more product at the very tip as well. Like I said, to build that up. Kind of pushing it upward. And then cleaning off my brush, and then I'm just gently pulling it. Kind of seems like you'd pull the product off, but I'm being so gentle, I'm just kind of moving the product down the tip. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry and work on the other nails, and then we'll come back to pinching in a bit. I'm just going to take a pinching tool, put it at the sidewalls, and just give it a little pinch, which will just bring that in before it's fully dry. And I do that on all the nails. So I work on the next one and then pinch the last one and so on. You don't want to do it too soon, you want to do it when it's almost hard, because then your sidewalls will just smush in and then you'll end up having to add more product. So. Okay, so here is what they look like before they've been filed. So I like to apply my acrylic so I don't have too much finish filing to do. That's what they look like. I'm gonna file with an E-file to start, just to remove the bulk. I'm still using the Mani Pro Passport. I did a review a long time ago of this, and I just still using it. It hasn't broken or anything, and this is rechargeable, so it's great. So the bit I'm going to use is this one with the rounded top. It's kind of like a safety bit. So when I file my own nails, oops, that was on reverse. I go around the cuticle, well, when I do anyone's nails, I go around the cuticle area first to debulk. And when your nails are this long, actually, you can pull this out a bit more. Too fast. Okay, too slow. So I'm just debulking, smoothing this out. And then I will do most of the work with my hand file, but I just like to debulk a bit with the carbide bit. Just makes it a little easier. And then you refine the nail with the hand file when you're done. So I don't put a lot of pressure down or anything. I'm just literally going over the nail to debulk it. So I'm going to do that on all of these nails. And because this is round, you can't really cut the skin or anything. It's super safe. Okay, then I'm taking my metal file board and I'm just finishing my finish file. So to make these extra pointy, you're gonna go along the nail like so. I also like to go under and up, under and up. See, that makes it extra sharp compared to that one. Okay, after I've gotten my nails nice and pointy, I'm gonna go over them. So I was going under and straightening, so you get kind of like a sharp ledge there. So I'm kind of rounding that out so it's not a perfect square, sharp edge. And then I always thin out this area while keeping the majority of the bulk in the apex. And then I'm just carefully going around the cuticle area. And then I go up and down where the tip is to file that. And then basically I'm just going over the whole nail, just trying to smooth and even it out. Get rid of any kind of lumps, bumps, or anything. And I'll do that again for you guys, going around my cuticle area. Making sure my sidewalls aren't too sharp. Up and down at the tip. Try not to accidentally file your pointy tip. You're just trying to even it all out. And then going around. And that's how they look so far. This one needs a little bit more refining right here. And you kind of can look at them and decide where else to file to bring it down. So dusty. Yeah, and then we can buff these. The buffing block I use is the Glitter Bells buffers, and I just go over what I did so that there's no like sharp, harsh lines in the nail that will show when you top coat. But you don't want to buff too much or your top coat won't stick well. So just a light buff over all the nails. And then remove all the dust, and then we're going to cleanse the nail, and then we're going to add some crystals on the middle finger. I don't think I want to add them to the thumb. And then we will top coat them. Lint-free wipe, isopropyl alcohol, and just clean off all that dust. Okay, so these are some of the crystals I might use. I haven't really decided what I'm doing with them. But yeah, those are what I'm using. And I'm not gonna chat through adding these. I'll just do a sped up version. Okay, I decided to add some crystals on this finger. So let's top coat these. I'm gonna use my Glitter Balls No Wipe top coat. I'm gonna place it here, push it towards the cuticle area. You don't wanna flood your cuticle area. And then, pull that down. All that glitter. I'm gonna cure my thumb separately. I am so excited to take a picture of these. Hi, Benny. Benny just pushed my door open. I'll top coat this one in a sec because I am gonna use a little brush to get close into the crystals and not overlap them. Because if you overlap crystals, you'll dull the shine. So you want to make sure you don't overlap them. So this is a Glitter Balls brush, and I'm just gonna push this close, and then I will blend that with my No Wipe top coat brush. Okay, so for this nail, just gonna apply this close. And then go in with my brush underneath the crystals and close to the crystals. Some people have asked me numerous times why, I always get this question when I'm doing this, why I don't top coat and then apply the crystals. I just find they slide around too much. I just don't like that. So I'd rather just apply my crystals, then do my top coat around my crystals. Okay, so we're gonna give that a cure, and then I will apply cuticle oil and show you guys the finished look. Okay, after they've been washed, here is the finished design. I love this set. I think they turned out so pretty. They look extra long to me. Like, I know I use the extra long tips, but for some reason they look way longer than some of the other sets I've done. Maybe it's just the design I did that makes it look that way. Here's the thumb. Here's the whole set. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I'm also wanting some color combination suggestions, nail design suggestions. Can be themed, can be just colors you want to see, specific colors. Do you guys want sculpting videos, gel manicures, gel polish? What do you guys want to see? Please let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!